Good morning. Welcome to Left Undone, Incomplete Investigations. I'm Kathy. I am coming to you live from Huntington Beach, California this weekend. I am here for my daughter's graduation, her master's degree in clinical psychology. So I'm a little bit all over the place right now. But we are here and we are live streaming. I had to step out because in my hotel room, it's a long story, but today's the first day they were able to clean my hotel room because I do it every other day, but I added on a day. So my first day was my last day, and then I had 3 more days. And so it's technically in their world every other day. So anyway, I ran over to Kohl's and then I bought some stuff and I went through the self-checkout, and removing those stupid security tags was a pain in the ass. I had some other lady help me. And then I'm asking the cashier to come help me, and she's like, well, just bring it over here. I'm like, no, I've literally rung up everything except for one has a weird security tag. So then she's like, well, I don't know how to do that kind. And I was like, oh my God. So then we did it. And then I said, okay, can I use my Kohl's card because I get a discount? And she's like, yeah. And I said, but I don't have it on me. And she's like, oh, I don't know how to do that. I'm like, oh my God. So I didn't have my Kohl's card on me, but I know a lot of times I don't have it and they're able to do it. But she said, well, we can't do that at self-checkout. So I was like, oh, freaking forget it. Anyway, that was my morning so far. So welcome to Left Undone, Incomplete Investigations. I'm Kathy. Today, if you're new, please say hello in the chat. We've been following the Chad Daybell trial, every minute of it as possible. And it's, wow, it's getting, Friday was kind of a little bit boring, but we know so much that to us, maybe not to the jury, but to us, it was a little bit dry, I guess. So I would like, let me look at your comments first. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Hi. Okay. Heating up, huh, Ruby? It's heating up. Chubby Chad got no chance of freedom ever again. And this is really good comment. PLM, that's what I'm hoping to discuss today, how people are perceiving the prosecution's success failures. Angel hugs. Hello, hello, hello. And Jenny, hi. Nightbot, the real Nightbot, please stand up. There's been a fake Nightbot in our stream. If you haven't been here, the troll Nightbot, but that's the real one. And hi, Mark McGarry. Any mind crawl to determine Chad's behavior needs to first gauge Chad's work with a pick, axe, and hence enlarge Chad's world views. Hi, Diane. It's from Cindy. Hi, from Cindy. Hi, Brenda Cruz. Hello. So I did put, as you noticed on the thumbnail, the Daybell kids. And I know that they, from everything that we have heard, they plan to stand up for their father in his defense. And I mean, it just turns my stomach, to be honest. I can't believe. So I pulled up a couple of the different things that we've seen them, and I was going to play them and talk about it a little bit. Hi, Amanda Franks. How are you? I'll talk about it a little bit. Because Emma Daybell seems to be quite the ringleader, her and Garth, on the way everybody's going to think and act. They very much are, Diane, very much brainwashed. And I don't think they will ever be unbrainwashed. First of all, it's probably way too much for their brains to absorb the fact that their father killed their mother for Barbie, Lori, Loco. And to them, to accept that means they lose both parents, right? So, but it is kind of weird when Chad was in the police car. He's like, yeah, you can put this money on Lori's account. And was like, yeah, I've been talking to Lori, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to go over that a little bit too. I'm going to play some of that. But I want to start with the first time we ever saw the one and only Emma Daybell, the school teacher, grown woman, mother of, did she have 1 or 2 at that time? And her behavior when the news was in their driveway. So let's share that and play that one real first. I'm sure you've all seen it, but I do want to just kind of go in chronological order of how we've seen them and what they've done. Let's see here. Give me 1 second. All right, let's see if this works.
Call law enforcement. All right, now, Ariel, you mentioned the woman that approached you during your report yesterday. What happened with that? Well, Linda, she told me live there that she asked, even though we were not, I told her that we were legally able to be on the property. She asked me to leave during my live report, and I refused to leave. Wow. Okay. Now I'm taking a look at that and seeing she's pulling some faces and some things that really seem pretty inappropriate for somebody whose family is connected with a case that is this serious. You know, I was thinking the exact same thing when I later went back and watched the video, because I was just shocked by how pleasant she seemed in the video, and then later off camera she was blatantly rude. Right. Call law enforcement. All right, now, Ariel, you mentioned the woman that approached you during your report yesterday. What happened with that? Well, Linda, she told me
let it play one more time.
There that she asked, even though we were not, I told her that we were legally able to be on the property. She asked me to leave during my live report, and
okay, there she is sticking out her tongue on national television like she's 6. Are these children adults? Were they that sheltered that they can act like children as adults? Like, it's just bizarre to me. I would be so embarrassed if the news was in my driveway to pull up like that and stick out my tongue like a child. I just don't even get it. Does anybody else think this makes sense at all, that she would act like that? Okay, first of all, her mother, this is what, January of 2020 or December of 2019? Her mother just died. There's missing children. Came over, and the whole reason the news is there that day is because they came and got a warrant, and they were searching the Daybell property that day. And here she comes. She was a daddy's little princess, though. Yeah, I mean, she definitely is daddy's girl, and he's got her wrapped. Immature. And, if she was teaching my children, I'd be like, can I have a new teacher, please? I don't want this lady teaching my children. Just after watching this, I'd be like, no, new teacher. And who knows what she's brainwashing her students when she's so brainwashed by Chad. So I thought that was really crazy. So sad they're all about Chad. Okay, so then I have another one. So let me pull this down and see which one I wanted to play next. Okay, this one. Let me widescreen. Okay, sure. This one is some clips, one of the news reports of some of the clips, which I think is, again, really bizarre. And their voices, listen to Garth's voice and listen to Emma's voice. And I want to know what you think.
Months of searching, the bodies of 7-year-old JJ Vallow and 16-year-old Tylee Ryan were found on this property near Rexburg, Idaho.
It's hard to even comprehend. It's a nightmare for me every single day to even think about. Lives with so much potential and goodness, and they're gone, they're ended.
For Chad Daybell's children, the murders of JJ and Tylee is only one piece of this tragedy. They claim their family had been ripped apart by this woman, their stepmother.
None of this would have happened if Lori Vallow had never come into my family's life.
When their father married Lori Vallow in Hawaii, weeks after his wife Tammy died, it stunned his children. The Daybell siblings say they didn't know anything about their new stepmother, including the fact that she had 2 children.
So first of all, pause for a second. It's very clear that they are blaming Lori 100% and Alex. If Lori would have never showed up, none of this would have happened. Her kids would be alive. Our mother would be alive. Kind of a weird thing, right? Like, or is she saying if Lori didn't show up, her mother would be alive, or is she still thinking? Because that's kind of double, like she's saying two things there, because their mom died of natural causes. So what? None of this would have happened if Lori Vallow didn't show up. All right, let's see. Keep going.
I first heard of her children when a detective came to my work and asked me about them. I had never heard of them before that point.
So even after your father weds Lori, you didn't know that there were two kids in the picture at that point?
Did not.
But when investigators found the bodies of the missing children on the Daybell property after months of searching, his children believed he was innocent.
When the bodies were found in your father's backyard, after your father was unable to answer the simple question of where are the children, was that a moment where you questioned your father's innocence?
Not my father.
It goes back to what we know about him as a man, as our father.
For them, it was unthinkable that he would take the lives of two innocent children. The siblings also say the fact that the remains were found in shallow graves points fingers away from their father. The reason? Chad Daybell had once been a professional gravedigger.
He knew how to dig graves, and that just doesn't sound believable to me.
I do know that if he were to commit a crime, he wouldn't be foolish enough to put the evidence in his own backyard.
How is it possible two children are found buried in your father's backyard and he had nothing to do with it?
He was framed.
He was framed. So I hope I really get to be off work the day that those kids come in to testify. Bizarre. He was okay. The James and Elena book, all the text messages, Emma, the Arizona girls, we've been married before, Tammy's sick, Tammy gained 40 pounds, Tammy died in the middle of the night, Tammy died first thing in the morning, Tammy had an embolism, Tammy was weak in her heart failure, and they're still standing by him. It's insane. Framed as a cheating husband involved with a black widow. He did that on his own. Absolutely. Exactly. The evidence is right in their face and they didn't even know it, or maybe they did. Good point. Emma has the same odd annotation that Chad does. Yes, she's very robotic when she talks. If Lori never came, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you know what I mean? And Garth, he sounds just like Chad. Like, I don't know. It's not that I don't like the Daybell children. I feel for them. Feel for them that they were raised, excuse me, by this man who was so selfish. And as you know, if you watch the whole Chad According to Chad series, we picked it apart pretty good in the seven episodes, six, 2 parts, 6 episodes. Really dug into Chad, the bee murderer, I almost killed. I would have had a terrible year if I would have shot my brother. So I'm glad that didn't happen. Not like, oh my God, my parents would be devastated. My poor brother would be dead. La, 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 la. No, me, I would have had a worse year than I'm already having. All the things that Chad says when you read his book. I'm really not into sports, but he talks about sports all the time. Well, I would have been a really good sports person, but there were too many really, really good ones that year. But if I was in the next year, I would have been a star. Like, he makes excuses for all of his, what am I trying to think? All of his downfalls. He makes these excuses. It's never his fault. everything has some other fault to it. Not Chad, always an excuse. And and what really, and I know I keep saying this over and over, but really bothers me that he's going to allow his children to get up there and do his dirty work. He knows, allegedly, that he was very much involved in the murder of those children and Tammy. He knows it. And he is going to continue to lie to his children, tell them he loves them, and have them go up and lie or deny that they know anything, or continue lying to them in order for them to try to get him off. It's sick. Like, isn't it sick? I think it's horrible what the children are doing. I'm not a person who feels bad for them at first. Sure. However, now they should know he's guilty. I think they're just part of his cult teachings. Yes. Yeah. So it's not that I feel bad for them, but I also feel like Chad could let them off the hook at this point. And as hard as it would be, he would not have them doing his dirty work. If he actually cared about those kids, his adult children, his grandchildren, if he really cared and loved them like a father does, he would never, ever continue to lie and make them take the stand in his defense. I just think it's sick. And if the Daybell kids are listening, you guys need to wake up. You guys need to go to counseling. You need to go get psychotherapy. It's going to take years, but honestly, your dad is very clearly guilty of this, allegedly. But in my opinion, he's very clearly guilty of this, and in most people's opinions at this point. And he's throwing Lori under the bus, who sat there and stood up for him, but she framed him. She's standing up for him, and he's the one throwing her under the bus. Like, what? You married this woman. We saw you on the beach. We read James and Elena. Your ridiculous, horny nonsense book. Great. If Tammy was feeding into Chad as a prophet, it's twice as hard for them to apply critical thinking to who Chad really is. Yep, true. And she was, it seems, after we read those letters to Mark, or heard those in court, that she was talking about, what was that? Weapons, and we removed the weapons and da-da-da, like that crap that he said to Zuzu. Pryor's trying to throw everyone under the bus except Chad. Is Chad? Now, Chad is a mild-mannered, young, nice man, soft-spoken, great guy, blah, 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 blah. Yes. What do you guys think lying for the Lord is a thing? Hi, Lori. I was a little tardy, too. I got stuck at Kohl's trying to get out of self-checkout. Let's see. What else was there? So what do you guys think about Sheila Daybell's testimony the other day? I mean, that's got to be hard to get up there when your son's up. You're going to testify for the prosecution. I think they were pretty easy on her, but I think the whole point of getting her up there on the stand was to show what they said when they went to dinner about her kids being dead, because they're really trying to prove that Chad and Lori were telling people that Lori's daughter was dead when they had actually murdered her. Hi, Christian. It seems to be the way the woman stands by the man and he throws the woman under the bus. They can rationalize lying because they think their dad is man of God. You thought she was incredibly brave and strong? I would have a really hard time being up there like that. It cannot be easy. And she's not young, All right. I had to turn on the AC in this room. It's hot. They turned off all the, how like in hotel rooms where you nowadays you have to put the card. It's like they do in Europe. You have to put the key card in the wall thing to make the electricity work. And they do it. They're starting to do it here now in all the hotels. So when the lady cleaned my room, she took it out. So now my room's hot. So Ruby Dora, hello, hello. Again, Chad only cares about himself. It showed in his mom's testimony and his kids' reactions. True. He's very selfish. I don't care how soft-spoken he is. He's not a good guy. And then Heather Daybell did fantastic. What do you guys think about all this stairs stuff? Oh, that's what I was going to play next. Well, let's listen again to Emma and Chad when Chad's in the back of the police car. I will stop from time to time to talk about it. Okay, give me a minute. Let me get that up. Okay, let me share this. See if we can pick up on anything we missed.
As Detective Wheeler, you see on screen a video that's put in front of the jury.
Yes,
Can you just explain and confirm what that is?
that's my patrol vehicle with Chad Daybell sitting in the back section where we have our detainees.
And to confirm also, is this the day of June 9th, 2020?
Yes,
So this is all relative to the search that you've been testifying about already?
yes.
Thank you.
You understand why I have to do that?
Yeah.
So you just stay here with them? Okay.
Hi. They said I could talk with you and I didn't want you to be alone.
Judge, I'm going to stop at 1 minute, 1 hour, 3 minutes and 17 seconds and ask a question. Detective Wheeler, are you aware of who is the person that has just approached Mr. Daybell in the vehicle?
His daughter, Emma.
Thank you.
I love you so much.
I love you. Glad you came over.
I thought they had taken you downtown already.
I got about to the Fremont County line.
I saw it as soon as you left me.
Again, stopping at 1 hour, 3 minutes and 38 seconds. Detective Wheeler, can you just explain to the jury the positioning of your patrol vehicle relative to the Daybell property and vantage points that could be seen from where Mr. Daybell is sitting as he sits now?
So we're parked on the, I believe the road.
Sorry, I was muted. She said, I thought they took you downtown already. And then he says, I got about to the Fremont County line where he says he was trying to go to his lawyer, but it almost sounds like he was trying to get the H out of there as ASAP, right? He got that far. I made it to this point, but they got me. Something like that. I think that one is weird that he says that, like he was trying to escape. The way it comes across to me is like he was trying to escape. So I don't know. I wonder if we need to wait till Pryor's part of this to hear from his kids. I don't trust Emma after this video. In my opinion, she's very unfair in her marriage too. Right. Yeah, totally. The Fremont County line is only about a half mile from his house. So he clearly didn't make it across the border to Mexico or even close, or Canada, right? Gotcha. The most disturbing is the fact that Emma is doing the consoling. It should be Chad comforting his daughter. What a pig. Exactly. So true. Hi, Robbie. Okay, let me continue.
Is 200 north. So we're just south of the residence and facing west. And so if he were to look right outside of that open door, he would be looking at his house.
And from his sitting position, would he have a vantage point to see the pond area on his property, or the fire pit area on his property?
From that position, he would just have to look over to his right shoulder and out that door, kind of towards the back of the vehicle.
What would he be able to see if he did that?
He'd be able to see the fire pit area for sure.
And to be clear, whose remains were found in the fire pit?
That was Tylee.
I'm going to go ahead and play this continuously for a while, Your Honor.
Chased you down and then they came back.
Ron,
Ron?
just concerning the car, I know they,
Yes.
okay.
What's that?
Oh, just about the car.
Oh, we'll take care of the car. We're gonna take it.
Is she able
and then
to
we'll-
get it?
Yeah, you can get that. We may have to go through the car, you're arrested in it,
Right.
the things we gotta do, but then.
She can have her bananas and her,
I gave him
First.
food.
We'll try to get a car before it's spoiled.
You can eat it.
so Eric, or Ron, so like my wallet, will that be able for her to pick up, or could I turn that over to her right now?
Is that in the car, is that here?
It's right here.
That's it's up to you. I don't see, can I look through it? Just make
Sure.
They're going to get Mark.
Lisa?
No,
Oh.
second guard.
Is there anything that you're gonna need in that?
Well, she'll be running my finances, I suppose, so. That has a little money on it, you could,
She'll be running my finances, I suppose. So he's going through like all his credit cards and stuff. So Emma definitely took over all of this stuff as soon as Chad got locked up. We will continue.
So these are credit cards, so you're good if she just takes them,
yeah.
correct?
In the middle drawer on the left side in Mark's room, there's about $9,000 in 2 white envelopes.
Okay.
So get that.
In Emma and Mark's room, there's $9,000 in 2 white envelopes. I think this is where she starts to say how she's not going to tell her husband, right? All right, keep going.
Yeah, so we'll talk more about car payments and stuff, but you have that password.
I do.
I believe the
That's this one.
First Hawaiian Bank, if you use that same password for this account, it's Chad Daybell. What else is in here?
Okay. All right. Okay. This is where I question Chad's intelligence in any way, shape, or form. And I'm very grateful that he's a horrible criminal, because who puts their name as their bank password? You're not supposed to do that. What? Like, come on. And, this was only 4 years ago, 3.5, whatever. oh, my password is Chad Daybell. So dumb. Ugh. 9K in envelopes. Tammy only made 16K per year. I'm sure he took that insurance money, cashed a bunch of it, and put in an envelope and hid it in Mark's room, because, the 144,000 thing, the world was coming to, I don't know what the heck they thought. Things were going to happen and they are going to need their cash for their tent city. Come on. His other password is 1234. So stupid. So stupid. Delia, I proclaim Emma a dark 4. A dark 4. What? Like, what's the dark 4D and sealed away? Like they said Joe Ryan was. Sealed away. You cannot get out of that one ever. Remember that? Okay, I'll continue with this nonsense.
The producer there. This has nothing on it. It's like $6. That has to go away. So this, okay, in that same drawer, you can grab it, is a piece of this that would fit in here, and it's got the company business card. And so just make sure you get that.
And this is all in Mark's room.
Yeah, I put that in there. There's like a pamphlet with a guy who's sitting in a car. It's for the Wells Fargo auto loan.
That's the loan that they went on.
Yeah, and so that we'll talk about. So this has, if you go to Telmate, this is the card that's used.
Okay.
And so all you really do, you could probably just sign in as Chad.Daybell or start your own.
I have an account that I've been talking with Lori on.
Okay. But you could use.
Okay. So Emma, who's eventually saying that she framed Chad, is pretty buddy at this point with Lori. She got her own account to talk to her in jail, Telmate or whatever.
Use this card.
To add money.
Yeah, and to her if needed.
Okay.
So yeah, she'll need to still have commissary money. Usually puts 30 a week in there. And you can probably talk to her too.
Okay.
So Lori gets $30 a week in commissary money from Chad at that point. And he's making sure that Emma's going to continue to give Lori her $30 a week. Maybe she can get that lipstick and hair dye with it. I don't know.
I'm sorry.
I love you so much.
Cooperate with them as much as you feel. You know what I mean?
I'm stopping at 107.58, Your Honor. Detective, based on your knowledge, at this point that day in the search, had law enforcement asked for any cooperation from Emma?
That's terrible. But yes, I have, what's really interesting to me is even like I can bet money 99.9% sure that my best friend was murdered by her husband. But his stepdaughters, her daughters, believed everything he said, that it was unaliving herself and this and that. But the evidence is so super duper strong that he did it. It's unbelievable. Although they're not going to ever prosecute him. He got away with it. But I've told the story a little bit before, and I'm not going to really go there right now. But basically, she was leaving him, and he made her come back. And then that morning, when he left work, he went golfing, and he said he came home and he found her dead, and she was shot in the head on the right side of her head, and she's left-handed. So anyway, but my best friend's daughters believe him. So I don't know. I don't know what the protection, and it's not even their dad, it's their stepdad. And she didn't even marry him. I don't know. Maybe they were probably younger than teenagers when she married him, but they still have their own dad. So it's really weird, really weird. I had to back off because it was getting to the point where it's just really weird how people react when there's clearly something to be, researched and prosecuted, and nobody wants to do anything. And it's just so weird. The way the brain protects itself. I don't know. It's very strange. Okay. Let me go back on here.
I can't testify to that because I don't know the extent of that.
Fair enough. Then narrowing it just to you, had you asked her to do anything or asked for any kind of cooperation from her?
No.
Thank you.
They've been kind to us today. I texted John Pryor, so he has my number. He said thank you.
Okay. A lot of the company stuff that pays for the house should just auto pay still out of that company account. I left 5,000 in there.
Okay.
If you need some, come find me.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions you have?
I think, well, it sounds like you're not gonna be out.
Right.
So I think my landlord texted me just to feel bad for me. I think I'm gonna come over here.
That's what I needed you to say, because, yeah, you and Joe,
Stopping at 10904, Detective Wheeler, I just want to reiterate, we just heard that comment about he's not likely going to be out. At that point in time, you had not formally put him under arrest, is that right?
Aside from placing him in handcuffs and detaining him, no.
But you didn't advise him of potential charges or anything like that at that point?
No.
And as far as you know, had any other law enforcement advised him of any specific charges that he may be facing?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Thank you.
and whatever Mark wants to do, he should stay with either you.
Sure, Mark, I'll take care of me. That's the card. I will, Dad. They'll take care of me. We'll take care of you the best we can. Sorry to interrupt.
So keep paying the mortgage.
Poor Emma. I mean, in this moment, if you think about it, she's sitting there, like you said, trying to be the one consoling him. Don't worry, Dad, we'll take care of this. We'll take care of that. We'll take care of you. And he's all, and do this, and this is the money, and this, instead of like consoling his daughter while she's literally hysterical there. He's like, I know you're going to take care of me. And, okay, now this card is for this. So weird. Yes. Disconnected, Diane. Yes. So disconnected.
Out of the company. No, you can probably set it up though. I'm trying to, it's Wells Fargo. In that same pamphlet. Remember the password.
I'll look,
But
but I've had a lot of success with mom stuff. Just saying, will you help me? My mom died. I'm pretty sure. Will you help me? My dad's in jail. That's the same.
it should be paid through July 1st.
Okay.
And I think the
Okay. So use the, oh, my mom died card. Okay, kind of get that. When you need help with something, you know, out in the bank or trying to run it, do something that was connected to your mom or whatever. But I'm sorry, I would be extremely embarrassed to be like, please help me. My dad's in jail. I'd be like, oh crap. Oh, I'm just gonna use that card, get a little extra help when I need some. I'm pretty sure I've had really good success. Kind of a little manipulative comment in a lot of ways there, right? Like, I'd be digging my head in the sand. Yeah, no. Oh, hi. I'm walking in the bank and I need to do this for my dad. And could you please help me? Because he's in jail. But that's just like a normal thing, right? Like my mom died, my dad's in jail. It's cool. You can help me. What?
Car is paid through July 15th. So you shouldn't have any bills to worry about. Yeah, I'm not coming back. So all that stuff that's in the baby room is Lori's and mine. The suitcases.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not coming back. All that stuff in the baby room is Lori's and mine. It's not just my dad's in jail. It's Chad Daybell, the prophet, is in jail. In Rexburg, that might bring some powerful results. Chad, the martyr prophet. Good point. Very good point. Good point.
You'll see in the box. Just put it in the garage, I guess, after.
Sorry, see what happens.
You guys can, yeah, take that mattress from upstairs, I guess, do what you want, put the books back on the shelf. We're gonna make it through. I'm glad we could talk. I'm glad they let you come over.
Hello.
What do you want to talk to? And like, Hannah, he said he's just over there. Like, oh, that changes things. You probably saw us out there.
Yeah, I was watching. So,
And good point, Jenny. They're not even talking about the fact that there's dead bodies in the yard. I mean, what? There's literally human remains in the yard, in your property. And you're like, oh, there's a credit card. And Emma's not even asking questions like, why is there dead bodies in our yard? Like, what the hell? Do you think they were there from before we moved in? What do you think happened, Dad? Why would there be dead bodies in our yard? Freaking tell me what the hell is going on. Nope. Oh, and I helped it. Like, it's the most bizarre conversation I could imagine them having. So bizarre. It still blows my mind. Okay, continue.
boy, things will slow down for you guys and get left alone. And, but yeah, they'll let you move out of there. You just get over here. You get gosh,
Well,
I still feel better.
I would be moving too. That's what the spirit was telling me, but I didn't know how.
Wait, did I just miss that quote? Take the mattress from upstairs? Okay, I got to go back for a second because that I was looking for that. Hold on, I'm going to go back just a tiny, tiny bit. I want to hear that again.
But I felt like I needed to learn more.
Hold on.
And now I get it.
Having issues.
So yeah, this is just
Hold on a second. I think I have to minimize to see the. How do I go back a little bit? I don't want to mess this up. Where are we? Where are we? Oh, here. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Hopefully this is right.
you get gosh.
Well,
I still feel better.
I would be moving too. That's what the spirit was telling me, but I didn't know how it. I felt like I needed to learn more.
Did I miss
And now
it?
I get it.
So yeah, this is essentially the house, and we'll talk to John Pryor about
Did I miss it, you guys? Do I need to go back further?
Financial arrangement, but you should be fine for a while.
I think long enough to get on our feet.
I have a lot in that account with the other attorney, so that will take care of me for a while. And maybe we just do a refinance on the house or a home equity loan.
Does it?
I don't think it's gonna break us. I think that might be an option there. I might need to authorize putting you on the mortgage.
Account with you? And just probably leave Joe off it.
Yeah.
Oh, there she when she's saying leave Joe
Yeah,
off it.
keep
Okay, I want to
me
find
on
that.
with
I'm trying to
you.
find it. Hold on.
And
I think I went too far.
Accounts like that when you're in jail.
I don't know. Maybe we just do a refinance on the house.
No, I get it.
Take that mattress from upstairs,
There it
I
is.
guess. The suitcases you'll see in the box. Just put it in the garage, I guess, after.
Store it. See what happens.
You guys can, yeah, take that mattress from upstairs, I guess, do what you want, put the books back on the shelf.
Yep, there it is. Okay. I got it at
We're gonna make it through.
11:05.
I'm glad we could talk. I'm glad they let you come over.
I started crying and Lieutenant Baldwin, do you want to talk to him? And like, can I? He said, he's just over there. It's like, oh, that changes things. You probably saw us out there.
Yeah, I was watching. So,
So true, Gene.
boy, things will slow down for you guys and get left alone. And, but yeah, they'll let you move out of there. You just get over here. You know, get guard.
Well, I
It still feels better.
would be moving too. That's what the spirit was telling me, but I didn't know how it all. I felt like I needed to learn more. And now I
Something about I knew the spirit was telling me, but I felt like I needed to learn more, but now I know.
get it.
Now I get it.
So yeah, this is essentially your house, and we'll talk to John Pryor about the financial arrangement, but you should be fine for a while.
I think long enough to get on our feet.
I have a lot in that account with the other.
Okay, there's that good point. Long enough to get on our feet, but we're not like Colby. We don't need money, but yeah, can we just, now that you're going to jail, Dad, we're just gonna quit playing rent over here and move into your house so we can get on our feet. Same. Samey there, Emma.
Attorney, so that will take care of me for a while. And maybe we just do a refinance on the house or a home equity loan.
Does it?
I don't think it's gonna break us. I think that might be an option there. I might need to authorize putting you on the mortgage.
Account with you. And just probably leave Joe off it.
Yeah. Yeah, keep me on it with you. And
Do you have accounts like that when you're in jail?
I don't know.
And I don't think you can just put somebody on your mortgage. Do you know what I mean? There's kind of a lot to that, like title, registering it through the county, getting the approval through the loan. What? They would literally have to completely refinance to put her on the mortgage. And then he's like, home equity loan, refinance, whatever. We'll put you on it. Like you can just go down the bank and sign up. Dummy. Clueless. Stupidest criminal ever. Thank God.
I guess this is the part you get to that there's someone else in the house.
Well, technically Spring Creek Book Company's office, so you can, we'll manage it that way. We'll find a way.
And you have you can send things through Amazon to the jail?
Yeah.
So like I couldn't send you a package, but Amazon, if I ordered it through there, it could get to you.
Yeah.
I'll only do that as you ask for stuff.
Lori would know the Amazon account.
I'll talk to her.
Yeah. Because
I'm thinking Emma doesn't really have that great of a financial history. I mean, she's renting the house across the street. I don't see her being able to qualify for that. I mean, but I don't know how much money she makes, but I don't think she was making enough money, and she's leaving Joe off of it. So I'm not sure she would be able to afford the mortgage or qualify for it, right? Yeah, Amazon is the least of your worries, for real. So weird.
I have like $265 or so in there as gift certificates. So don't pay.
Yeah, I won't.
We'll get it figured out. It's like Cholo 1105. James loves Elena and talk at iCloud.com, I believe is the password.
Elena. Password is Elena. Another brilliant password, but at least it's not Lori.
I don't know what they're gonna do with the computers. You could probably, it wasn't part of the search warrant.
Do you know, are they leaving the computers?
Well, they were in my bag. They were in the car.
With them?
They'll probably hold on to those and try to get it out.
Okay, but things that are currently in the house will likely be left.
I don't know what's been taken out.
Okay.
When we clear from here, whatever's in there.
It'll be left, okay.
I believe
I
they
talked
can.
to them and
because
told
their
them
mom
the
was murdered.
bedrooms and to not mess it up. And they didn't seem like they were gonna luminol at all.
Okay.
But yeah, get Garth and
Yeah, I agree. He had the computers all in the car. He packed the computers when they had him leave. That's weird, right? And what about this? He just said the luminol. They're going to luminol or expecting them to find some blood there, Chad. Okay, let me go.
Beth moved and you guys come over here. It'll work out. It's all in the Lord's hands. We'll talk. Use that cellmate. I don't know if I'm Madison or Fremont. I think they're deciding that right now. But
That's what it sounded like. Detective Ball wouldn't, or Lieutenant Ball wouldn't say because he didn't know.
I'm sure Fremont has a cellmate system.
Well, at Fremont, when I went in to get fingerprinted to teach, I was like in there, like in the jail. I was like in my like teacher clothes, this little recent grad. So I don't know what they do.
Sorry, all the neighbors are gonna be talking, but you
They all
just
do that.
Chat, like, oh, I went to the jail to get fingerprinted for being a teacher, and I was all in there in my little teacher clothes, new recent grad, like she's some little like princess or something. I don't know, weird. I'm still with this whole thing. Yeah, but I think they're what day did they play this in court? Does anybody remember? It's probably on here. Hate his laugh.
We're okay, Dad.
Well,
Oh, here she
Yeah.
goes.
We're
Reassuring.
okay. You raised us that we're independent now with your wallet.
glad you got that.
We're not Colby.
Right. But yeah, get that money.
There's that. We're independent. With your wallet. We're not Colby. You raised us. Something. We're independent. Oh, it is Tammy's birthday. You're right, you guys. And with that said, it would be a great day to go support the Tammy Daybell Foundation that was started in her name to help children with reading books. That was her passion. We're independent now with your wallet, right? She said something like that. We're independent now with your wallet. We're not Colby. Kathy, I wonder if they did test with luminol and all the barn in the outbuilding, or is that where that really took place with Tylee? Well, we know they found her DNA on a pick, which is so gross and scary. Right? We were saying that she won't be teaching my kid. No way. Get my kid out of that room. That Colby comment annoys me and continues to burn me off to Emma. Oh, yeah. Because so clearly what happened was Lori got thrown in jail. You know, these people all didn't even know each other's kids. Well, Lori knew them because they went to Disneyland and Knott's or something. But so Lori gets thrown in jail and she's used to Venmoing Colby money all the time. And so clearly Chad had to take that role over and Venmo Colby money all the time. And Emma clearly has a little bit of resentment towards that whole thing, right? We're not Colby. So I wonder what kind of crap Chad talked to his daughter about Colby. Like he probably kind of crap talked Colby, you know, to Emma for her to say that. Thank you, Lori. There's the link to the Tammy Daybell Foundation. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. I know on Left Undone on YouTube, I can do I'll have to look at that for one of my next videos or live streams. We can set it up for the donations to go to we did it once before for something. There's a way for me to have donations to my channel be sent directly to you know, to that or any other what am I thinking, you know, fundraisers, donation, something like that. What did Emma say? Something like, we're not Colby, when he was talking about the money. With your wallet, we're not Colby. Oh, thank you very, very, very much, Empowered Angel. I really appreciate that. It's a very generous donation. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Thank you. All right, let me continue this. Thanks again. Very kind.
Money out of there, probably just put it in your own personal account. Rather than have the cash laying around. Do you need some?
I think they've been okay. They're talking with her. I might not tell Joe about it either.
About the money?
Yeah,
No.
I have an account that's just in my name. I'm just gonna put it in there. Wait.
There she goes again. I might not tell Joe about it either. Hey, Joe. Hey, Joe. Your wife's hiding money from you and she has her own account without your name on it, Joe. Joe is a big jerk. I got to go back and find those messages that Joe sent me back in 2020. He was a jerk to me in my channel. But look at that. Your wife right then and there is hiding money from you, bud. Yep.
Garth knows about that.
Garth doesn't spend this frivolously as Joe.
The checkbooks are in that drawer too.
Wait, what was that? Garth doesn't something, mostly it's Joe. Could you guys make that out? You might not want to announce it on a body cam. Again, stupidest criminals ever. Stupid. No secret now. You got Emma. Clear, she doesn't even know she's being recorded. Like, have you never heard about police cars having recording devices? Oh my goodness gracious. Again, not the sharpest tool in that shed back there, Emma.
If needed, but you shouldn't need them. If at some point you feel you need to clear out the Hawaii account or something, you can check my email. I have to pick that computer, but my email, that Rexburg password is pretty much
Is that
everything
okay?
for the
Hi, Moonlight View.
bank or my email. Cholo 1105, but I think I switched to all of those. Yeah, I talked to Lori just for like 2 minutes. So she's aware they were searching.
Was she surprised?
She seemed bothered or disturbed. I mean, yeah.
Okay, Emma, was she surprised? Let's see. Remember, she framed your dad. Oh, wait, that was an afterthought to get to that. Afterthought, because during this moment, Lori was your new stepmommy, and you were putting money on her books, and you were going to talk to her every day on the jail call. Garth doesn't spend as frivolously as Joe. She's talking about her own husband, you guys. Oh, father like daughter, daughter like father, something like that.
So yeah, I'll be fine.
I don't know what they told you because I asked Lieutenant Ball, where did you find the human remains? That's what they told me, that they found human remains. And I said, well, there are several dogs that have been buried there. And he said, respectfully, Emma, I can tell the difference of human remains. And I asked, where was it? And he said, over by the pond under that tree. That it was in the ground and had boards over it.
Okay.
But that didn't. Jason and I have walked all over there.
Yeah.
That, and I can see in your face that surprised you, because they asked, "Do you want to know what he's charged for?" And then they went, "Well, actually, we don't." They said, "We don't want to tell you something wrong."
Okay, so there's a humdrum, weird conversation about. Thank you, Ruby Dora. Appreciate that so much. Thank you. Every penny helps. I really, really do appreciate anyone and all of you just for being here, of course. And hitting the thumbs up is actually very helpful too. But the donations, I really do appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ruby Dora. Much appreciation. So they found human remains, and I asked them where they. So this is Emma. They found human remains, and I asked them where they found them, and they said over there by the pond. And I looking at your face, that surprises you too. As he's like, right? He's not even. I can hear in his voice he knew, right? And she's all looking at your face. I see that surprises you too. What is he doing with his face that makes it look surprised? She's trying to convince herself, I think, at this point. And clearly she does.
Oh, they're gonna.
And so he told me that what they're looking at is that they found one body with the probable cause. There's likely two. So I asked her, "Are you gonna search the property forever until it's found?" And he said, "Well, no, but we're going to look." And he said, because I said, what about, this is the home for my siblings and there's a baby. And he said, if you're not able to get back in tonight, we'll hook them up with a hotel. I said, you're not in trouble.
I think they'll let them back.
I
There's nothing in the house. They haven't,
Stopping at 1 hour, 19 minutes. And stuff.
Look at that. That was huge. Did you guys hear that? I think they'll let you back in. There's nothing in the house. Well, he took the computers. I think they'll that's basically a confession, right? He knew there's nothing in the house. Is anybody flabbergasted by that he said that? And it goes right over Emma's head? What? Karina the Dreamer, we are all a big follower of true crime here. So welcome, welcome, welcome. There's nothing in the house, right? And that's probably why Lori was like, are they searching the house again? Because they know the house is clear. But he just told Emma there's nothing in the house. There's nothing in the house. Yep. Lori, are you as amazed at that comment as me? I mean, I heard it last time, but listening to it again and breaking it apart like this, I'm like, whoa. Right? They didn't make a bigger deal out of that confession in court. That is so weird. Yeah. Okay, I'll continue. Let's see what because they pause right here in the court. Let's see what the prosecutor says. Right? So much for Tammy resting in peace. Watching this shit show. Yep. So let's see.
15 seconds. Detective Wheeler, at that point, to the best that you can recall, was any of the search focused inside of the house?
Not that I can recall.
So the focus, as based on your memory, was all outside of the house.
Correct.
focused on the house at all.
We've kind of been looking in it in the yard.
Yeah, I mean, Mark gets back, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, I think we're okay coming over. We just have to have law enforcement escort us onto the scene and
We'll make it through.
Mark deals with trauma weird that he just acts vaguely unimpressed. So I called him and said, Dad got arrested, and he said, well, I guess I should come home. Yeah, Mark, you should.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't need to go. Don't go yet.
I don't want to. Joe is home. He's home and he has to chase. Garth and Seth went in Garth's car to pick up Mark.
So if you can get
Another
that.
couple seconds.
Okay, okay. Yeah, just let Mark use the Equinox or however you rearrange the cars.
Hi, Donna.
But yeah, it's all a matter of timing. It seemed to come together. But I love you.
Well, you very much.
That's what I was saying about Chad and Lori. Like, you'd think they would have written down some bullet points. Like, okay, here's our story. This is what we say. You know, like, I don't know, Chad, you're an author. You should have made a script for yourselves.
Thank you for letting me speak with him.
Yes. Just when that cellmate, once I'm available to talk, we can talk. So, thank you. Love you.
Wow. You know, when you go back and listen to things again, some things pop out more than they did initially. And that one right there, like, flat out saying there's nothing in the house. That's really big right there. I hope the jurors caught that. Maybe they'll ask to listen to this again when they're deliberating. You know how they can ask to listen to things again? Hopefully, right? Because I think that one is a big, 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 big clue on what Chad knows and how involved he was. Oh, yeah, maybe. Shades of expression that we're not capable of reading. Only the enlightened ones are, right? So crazy. So let's see, what time is it? Okay, we're a little bit over an hour in. Yeah, I really want to start some of these streams that we have after the court is going back and kind of picking apart some of this stuff, because when you listen again, you're like, whoa, wait a minute. Hello, first time live viewer, Gordana. Welcome. It's just, I'm still amazed. I think that he's going, I mean, honestly, I can't imagine getting a hung jury with all this nonsense. And I honestly don't think his kids are going to help his case when they come for for the defense, because they're probably all going to say stupid crap. Emma's going to contradict some of the things she said, on TV or right there. And I think it's going to just make everything a little bit more cemented that, these poor kids, they're sticking to, they're sticking to their dad because clearly they're going to feel about it like we do. I think anyway. Cheat no more. What'd you say? You know what, Kathy? I have heard just about everything, but not these Emma Chad recordings. That's why I'm so bothered. It is literally pathetic. And yep, Donna Donald is good to see you again. Like I said, and I'm reading this from Jean. And thank you for covering this live on Difficult Research with Kresha. Yes, and I have told everybody, if there's a day when I can't stream, I mean, I know you guys, we stream almost every day possible with working and stuff. But if there's a day we cannot stream or you want more, go to Kresha's channel and support her. She is family, and I'm a member of her channel. I think it's really the only channel I'm a member of. And we definitely support the Woodcocks, Kresha, everyone. So definitely a good place to go. And she streams a lot. Kresha goes over a lot of stuff. So do we know when the kids will testify? Well, once the prosecution rests, then John Pryor has said he's going to call 4 of them. I don't think he could call. Mark was on his mission, so there's not going to be a lot of evidence that Mark can say, but Mark did get some of those letters and stuff, so I don't know. Kay Woodcock said there was even more evidence against Chad than there was against Lori. Sorry to say this, but I don't see that yet. Anyone else concerned there isn't more direct evidence? Unless they're saving some big boom for last, hopefully. Do you think the kids will say all the stuff Pryor's been promising? I really do. And I think Emma and Garth are going to really protect their dad up there on the stand. And again, I am just so mad that Chad's going to, what kind of a dad is going to, that knows, he knows what he did, is going to continue to try to convince his children so he can get off. Not a good dad. Not a good dad at all. And those kids are like, oh, my daddy. Chud was delusional and Lori was really stupid. They were special and could do anything they wanted. Remember, Lori said she didn't need to eat or sleep much anymore. I always wonder if she was a translated being, so she didn't need to eat or sleep. And I told you guys a long time ago, I was talking to one of Melanie Gibbs' friends way back in the beginning. She's one of the people that authored the zombie collection email by listening to Melanie Gibb talk about everything that's going on. And she was telling me that they were at a funeral for somebody one day. I don't know. It was probably like 2019 at some point. And Melanie was sitting there talking to them. And Melanie Gibb was like, feel my forehead. I'm hot. I'm hot. I'm being translated. I'm becoming a translated being, blah, blah, blah. And she said, I might have an email about this somewhere. And she said she didn't really give it much thought, but she wished she would have asked her more questions at that point. So Melanie Gibb was hook, line, and sinker believing that menopause was actually a translation, Sorry, dude, but hot flashes are not becoming translated beings. Plus, they were in Arizona. If it's 110, you're going to be hot. Let's see. I hope so, Lori Day. I really do. But honestly, if I were a juror, I wouldn't be there yet. You wouldn't? That makes me nervous that you say that. But see, it's hard for me to not know what I know and try to look at it like a juror. Yeah, both the Mels. And honestly, for me, I hold Melanie P even at a higher accountability than Melanie G. They're all just a bunch of knuckleheads, not smart people, But Melanie P, I am just amazed there's no charges against her in the shooting of Brandon Boudreaux. I'm just completely amazed and kind of disgusted that they haven't, right? I hope so too. Melanie P better testify. But you know what? Her and Zalema, right? Because Zalema has use immunity. They better get Zalema up there and Melanie P. I have followed your channel since this case on your awesome Afterglow series. You're excellent at what you do. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, my Afterglow is kind of like, slowly trickling to continue with it, but so much to do. But I think once life settles down, well, it is settling down. I got a new job. I have more time. I have more flexibility. The 3/12s, I worked Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and I'm off again till Tuesday. So I have a lot more time now, long 12-hour shifts. But I think for me, it's going to be way worth it to keep balance with my channel and my Afterglow podcast. So I appreciate that. Thank you for watching. And you guys, if you don't know, I have a podcast. You can get it on Stitcher, Spotify. Nightbot puts it up every once in a while. It is called Afterglow, Unveiling the Idaho Cult. And I go deep dive all the way from the get-go, from Lori's childhood, for all her divorces, her husbands, her Joe Ryan, and their whole custody battle, Charles, goes all the way up. No, I didn't watch that, Ian Austin, the lawyerly interview. I do like her channel. I do. I'll have to go catch that. Lori, I feel like the jurors have probably already decided. I think they have caught on Pryor's tactic, and I don't think they like it. I also want to say I watched the jury a lot when I was there, and there were some moments where I felt like they just snapped and paid attention, like, whoa, that was big. Off the top of my head, I can't remember what they were, but when we were in the courtroom, Lori, you were there longer than I feel like when I was watching them, they were starting to really get like, oh, this is all starting to make sense. Thank you, Lori. Oh, thank you, Shelly Beans. I appreciate that. Afterglow, Unveiling the Idaho Cult. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I need to get more episodes up, but while the trial's going on, we're so focused on the trial. It's kind of hard, right? Hey, Trisha the trucker. Oh my gosh. How are you? It's been forever and ever and ever, I feel like. Are you doing okay? We miss you. We miss you in Discord. Get in there. Melanie P just needs to get cuffed and in orange stripes for being in the Jeep with Alex when they tried to kill Brandon. See, do you think she was in there? I kind of do too. I don't know though. Somebody was in there. Somebody was driving and somebody was shooting the gun out the back. Who else would it be? You saw a change in them? Yeah, I I feel like the first couple of days there was something that went on one of the days I was there. I don't know if it was a recording. I can't remember what it was, but all of a sudden it was like I saw them all like sit up, you know what I mean? Like, whoa, something caught their body language changed. Yes, come in, come in, come in. We miss you, miss you, miss you. Garth's voice is so Chad, isn't it? It's like, ooh. Yes, we've missed you a lot, Trish. And anybody else that's not in Discord, I know sometimes Discord's a little confusing. You drop in, you wind up in general chat. If you kind of Google or do a tutorial or go to YouTube and ask how to use Discord, when you're in there in our Left Undone channel, to the left, there's a whole bunch of other click channels where we're following different cases, and you can go talk on it. We're doing a recap every day. And there's a whole thing under the Vallow Daybell case where we got March, all the days that there's been April 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, all the days. We got little recaps of what happened in court each day. So please join us in there. Do I need to drop a link for Discord? Let me see. Oh, let me get it. Here it is. When I first went in it, Robbie's the one that got me to open a Discord, and I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing, but he helped us through it. My son has a Discord for some game that he plays. Like, Discord's kind of a thing, but for us, it's pretty simple once you're in there. Oh, thank you, Jean. Appreciate that. Karina the Dreamer. I like it. Karina the Dreamer. Then Lori drove to Idaho with the kids in it while Mel P and Alex followed. Their police video of those two, she's breaking into the grandparents to see her kids. Yes, that. Oh, God. I loved those police officers in Utah when she was doing that. I absolutely loved them. They were like, be quiet. And they even took her to jail. Unlike the Arizona stuff. Wonder how long the death penalty phase will be. Good question. I don't know. How long will that be? I think Mel, Chad, and Lori made Alex do the dirty work because he would to keep their hands clean. Oh, yeah. Plus, they didn't care if I honestly think in their head, they figured they might be able to just blame Alex for everything at some point. Especially, they're probably too stupid to realize that if they didn't actually shoot the gun or do the murder, that they probably never researched conspiracy to commit murder, I'm thinking, because, again, they aren't that smart. They told different stories. They lied. They didn't even have their stories straight. And they buried the bodies in Chad's yard, which is still unbelievable. And remember, Chad tried to get a mobile home put on there so he could cover them up. But it was interesting when that person was on the stand explaining that they would have had to excavate, drop foundation, and everything and dig everything up. Chad was probably like, oh, I thought you could just sit it on the ground. Never mind. I didn't know you're going to have to dig. You can't dig my yard. No digging. We don't believe in digging around here. Only me. And I love the way that the kids say that the shallow grave, their dad was a professional grave digger. So there's no way he could have done that on his yard. Yeah, just smart enough to be able to commit the crime. Right, Cheat No More? Just smart enough to be able to commit the crime and manipulate people. I mean, and I just think about Tylee, I feel like she wasn't loving what her mom was doing, but I don't think she actually thought her mom would kill her, which is sad. Right? Keep your story straight after killing your wife. Knuckleheads. I always wonder who was going to do the dirty work for them after Alex died. And I think they killed Alex. Oh, I do too. I think they might have given Tammy something, but it wasn't coming up. But he did say on the stand, there's things that may not show up. But I really feel like he put something in something that Tammy took and tried to sedate her. And then my theory still is that they had Alex break in with a ski mask on and act like he was some kind of a home invasion dude. And then Chad, once Alex got Tammy, that he helped, because at that point, Tammy was going to be dead. So it didn't matter. Chad could help. Chad's a grandfather too, talked about how great his grandfathers were, but as a grandfather, such a disgrace. Can you imagine growing up and being like, oh my gosh, who's your grandfather? Oh, we aren't talking about that. Or maybe we are. My grandfather, just ask my mom. He was framed by some bimbo named Loco. That makes sense. Yeah. If someone is poison, you have to know what you're testing for if it's plant-based. Yeah. Yeah, it's not as easy, I guess, to test as we would hope. Oh, his mom. Can you imagine if that was your kid? Oh my gosh. I get so disappointed in my kids when they do stupid stuff, and it's not even that stupid, Can you imagine? Let's see. Amanda Franks, Adam Cox said he didn't think Alex died of a PE or natural causes and that he died of self-inflicted death. That I would not be surprised. Because that blessing that Chad gave him basically was saying, it's time for you to go. Take yourself out in layman's terms. In my layman's terms, that's what I heard. They tested for everything, metals and all. Yeah, they don't know exactly. But I do think that they home invaded her. Alex was the one and came in and acted like he was some burglar. The burglar. And Chad helped. And the way those bruises are described, I don't care what Pryor says. It sounds like somebody was holding her arms down. There was a bruise on her chest. So I could see maybe, putting the other person putting some pressure on her chest while they're holding the blanket over or the pillow overhead. I mean, it's horrible to think about. Can you imagine how scary that would have been for her? Did anyone catch that their malachite wedding rings had been exchanged for black bands? No, because they have the malachite wedding rings in the oh, I did hear something where somebody said, who was it? Somebody was in her. Oh, was it Sheila? They were both wearing black bands. But it could have just been, maybe they just looked like, how like some rings look darker at certain points, and maybe, I don't know, but I don't know. I did hear that. I don't remember exactly the details though. He abandoned his children after, I'm going to go live with my friend. I'm going to go to Hawaii. They were both wearing black bands, what was said in court. Yeah. All right, you guys. Felt pen rings. Just right. Here's a hair tie. Remember when Lori was wearing on her finger, she was wearing like one of the rubber band hair ties on her hand, on her left, on her wedding ring hand. So stupid. Any indication if Chad and Lori have turned on each other? Are they allowed to communicate? Lori, and what I'm understanding is Lori has not turned on Chad, and Chad has turned on Lori during this trial. But I can see Pryor just saying, this is the only way we're going to get you off. And somebody communicating to Lori in between, like maybe Emma. I don't know. No, Emma thinks she was framed. I don't know. You know what? I'm still flabbergasted by these people. Every time I think one direction, I'm like, well, I don't know about this, but what? I don't know if you already spoke about this, but what do you think Chad's kids will think about him deleting all the family pictures? Yeah, that is weird, right? I mean, family pictures are actually so important to people. It's all you have, like of their mom and stuff. Super weird. I think Alex started feeling remorse and left clues intentionally, maybe knowing they were using him. We know I lost it. He did at the end from Zulema. Yeah. He said, I think they're using me as their fall guy. Well, duh, Alex, you fell for it. Do you think Lori deleted the photos or Chad did? I wouldn't be surprised if it was Lori. Emma will come up with an excuse for it, just like she does everything else. Yep. It's like it makes our heads spin trying to figure it out. All I know is they were very, very busy people during these months. They were killing everybody. Yeah, they were. Chad, with his belief system, may be afraid to meet his maker. I wish I could be a fly on the wall when he meets his maker. Can we go? Can we watch? Lori's probably saying that Chad is being forced by Pryor to turn on her. Like Chatty boy has no ability to turn on himself. They are all delusional. Hi, Robbie. Rebby. I wonder if any of the Daybell kids still believe their dad was framed. That's my question. And I'm going to bet yes, they do. Because they're going to go and defend him in court. They said JJ's grave was a perfectly cut 4 foot by 2 foot square. Well, see, he wasn't a sloppy barrier then. Discord is crazy. It's so weird. I probably still don't know everything because my one son was telling me, you can stream through Discord, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't know how to do that. I know we can do that. Well, like ask Ruby. We have the where you could like actually be on the camera and talk, have conversation, like, and she gets in, she can't get out, so she won't go in. So it's very confusing to some of us. Lori's family said it's not Chad turning on her, it's his attorney just trying to get him off. And that's what I would think that they're going to go with. When I cross over, sorry, family, I have to go see Tammy first and find out what happened, right? Maybe his maker will swat him off to hell with a big ass fly scattered me fat flies. It's once you get used to it, seriously, Funda Cruz, you would enjoy it because we talk about the case all the time in there. Have your grandkids tutorialize you. Get you a tutorial. Have them get you in there and show you around. Today is Suzanne Morphew's memorial given by her husband. I wonder what law enforcement is waiting to arrest him. I am just that case is I got my ears perked up on everything going on in that case for sure. And today is Tammy Daybell's birthday, everyone. It's been fun. Hi, Diane. Bye. Semester afternoon. We'll catch you next time. Definitely. I got to go too. I got to get going over to my daughter. I got to get dressed. I haven't even taken a shower. That's why I didn't put my camera on because I ran to Kohl's and got stuck trying to figure out how to go through their own self-checkout line and remove those sensors. And there's nobody helping. The poor lady in front of me, she's like, I'll help you. And she couldn't figure it out either. And then we couldn't get one of them off. Oh my gosh. I was like, I got to go. I got a live stream in a minute. So we are, okay, wait, one more thing. You guys keep saying things that I want to respond to. Kathy, the bruises on Tammy were similar to the bruises on JJ's body, presenting a pattern for who killed them. Oh, good point. I think Lori's so far down the rabbit hole that she'll never come out. Chad, I think, will or has come back to reality. Yeah, same day as Tammy's birthday. It's crazy, right? All right. I am going to wrap up, you guys. Thank you, everybody. We had this was a really good live. I really appreciate the conversation. I enjoy listening to what you guys have to say and your thoughts. So I do appreciate you. Thank you, my mods. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Left Undone Helper, PLM, Lori, Ruby, Christian, Jenny, Mama D. All right, you guys, please stay safe and stay well. And I will see you on Monday. We will live stream the trial. All right. Have a great one.